What's going on, guys? It's Greg from East Coast Eyes, and 2016 is coming to a close. It was a great year, especially for lacrosse. Tons of great stuff happened. We had a lot of fun. We shot a lot of cool highlights and participated in a lot of cool events and released some cool products. But what I'm gonna do for you guys today is something I do every year, which is break down our favorite heads of 2016. So every year we get tons of questions about this when we do it. People that feel like heads were left out. You gotta remember, this is heads that were released in 2016 and not just the top heads of all of lacrosse list. So keep in mind, this is only out of heads released in 2016. And there were a lot of heads in 2016. We had, I think, well over 10 heads released in 2016, which is definitely the most heads that have ever been released in a year that I can think of. And I think that trend is only going to continue in 2017, and you'll see the number of heads released keep increasing as we have more companies enter and making lacrosse heads, which is really great for the sport and really great for you guys. Competition always breeds better products. So first off, this video is not going to include the Mirage. This year we released our first head. It's been a great success. We've had a lot of fun with it, and we all love it. We're not going to include it in the top 5, just in the effort to be as unbiased as humanly possible. So we're going to jump right into it. So this is in no particular order. They're not ranked 1 through 5. This is just the 5 top heads that we feel we like the most. So first up, we're going to talk about the STX Stallion 700. This is a recent release. We haven't gotten a chance to review it yet, but we have strung it and messed around with it. They took which was pretty much one of the most popular heads in all of college lacrosse and improved it by making it lighter, stiffer, and really cool looking. This is probably one of the more intricate designs as far as head goes. It looks really sleek, really aggressive, and everyone's favorite aspect has been adding the speed scoop to an offensive and a midfielder head. And so far the feedback is really great, strung up easily, so you can look for a review coming out soon on this. Second up, we're going to talk about the Mark II V. This is the most recent head to be released. Following their Mark I, they made some really great improvements, made it a lot lighter, kept it stiff, did some really cool things with adding tons of sidewall holes in here. The most sidewall holes on any head, which is pretty cool. This is the first one that I've strung up. We're going to mess around with it a lot more. And they've got the locking bolt too, to help eliminate some head rattle in there. If you get a hole in the front, you can clamp it down. So the Mark II V is a great improvement on the Mark I. A lot of cool features. I'm going to dig into a review later on this head as well, but definitely in our top 5 for 2016. Next up, talking about the Warrior Evo 5. The Evo line is something I've used for forever. I used Evo X's, Evo Pro 2.0s, even original Evos way back in the day. And so it's really cool to see that line continue to progress. And I would venture to say that this is definitely my favorite Evo that they've ever made. They really dialed in the face shape for this one. Got it really perfect. It looks really nice. The lock throat is great as long as you don't have a shaft with a fill. The only things that kind of were down points were the price point and the weight, but you can't really beat the face shape and the stiffness and the overall look and aggressive style of the Evo 5. This was a great release for 2016. And finally, we're going to talk 2 defensive heads. This was a big year for you guys. You guys always complain, oh, we don't get any cool gear or any new heads. These are 2 great ones for you. So the first one is the new hammer, the STX Hammer U500. They added the speed scoop here. This actually came out before the Stallion. Added the speed scoop, added a little bit of pinch as well down here to the throat, which I think is a great idea for D heads and fully necessary, and also increases stiffness. And same thing with the Stallion. This thing is fully designed. It's like a piece of art with all the textures and all the cutaways. It looks really great, and right now this seems to be the top defensive head pick in all of lacrosse. And next up, kind of in the same vein, we've got the Warrior Regulator. This is their newest D head, kind of the same look as the Evo 5 with the aggressive lines, but this is easily the stiffest, most durable, and most threatening head in all of lacrosse. This thing, I would not want to get hit with this at all. So if your D guy looks to dole out some punishment, really want to hurt your attackmen and midfielders, this is probably what you're going to be looking at. It's a little bit wider than some other defensive heads, but the rigidity, the stiffness really lives up to that Max name. So again, we haven't reviewed all these heads. We're going to get to them, so look for a more in-depth review coming up in 2017. But that's going to wrap up our 2016 lineup for our favorite heads. Let me know in the comments what your 2016 lineup would look like, what your 5 favorite heads were, and let me know what heads you think you might be looking forward to in 2017. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day. Done.